Today at 3, what we're learning about two people shot in Corbin in critical condition at UK Hospital this afternoon. Plus, a 10-year-old shot and killed in Lexington last February will be memorialized. We'll tell you about a dedication happening tonight. And how a patient at Kentucky Children's Hospital is kicking off a yearly event with Dairy Queen, benefiting countless other patients.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck. Another nice day on this Wednesday. Sure, it's warm, but temperatures right around average for this time of the year. Humidity levels still manageable, but those are going to creep up, and our storm chances will pick up as well. Your Storm Team forecast is on the way.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shuck. ABC 36 on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. We begin with a shooting in Corbin. Two people taken to UK Hospital in Lexington, now reportedly in critical condition. And our top story today at 3, that's where we find ABC 36's Sydney St. Clair live with the very latest. Sydney?
Yeah, that's right, Erica. Now we're learning new details this afternoon. Corbin police have identified those two victims who are currently at the UK hospital here in Lexington. Those two people have been identified as 42-year-old Stuart Peace and 41-year-old Misty Peace. Corbin police tell us they got a call yesterday afternoon around 5:30 about gunshots in the area of 5th Street and Scuffletown Road. When officers arrived, they found a black Chevy Equinox in the ditch and two people in the nearby wooded area. Police say both were shot. They were then airlifted to the UK Medical Center and are still listed in critical condition. Police have not released any suspect information at this time or any details as to what may have led up to this shooting. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. For now, live in Lexington, Sydney St. Clair, ABC 36 on your side.
Now to an ABC 36 update. Another minor has been arrested in connection to a murder investigation in McCreary County. Kentucky State Police says troopers responded to a report of a shooting outside a home on Wagon Ridge Road on Sunday evening around 7. Investigators say there was an argument between two men, and 36-year-old Robert Lowe Jr. of Stearns was shot and killed in his vehicle. Two minors are now charged with murder. Both were booked in the Adair County Youth Development Center. Talk some weather now. We've got our Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck in the house with us. Another nice summer day out there by all accounts.
Yeah, we're creeping toward that 90-degree mark, Erica, but the good news is the humidity levels are still manageable for the time being. That's going to change, though, as we roll into the late week and the upcoming weekend. Max 8C radar and satellite, a few fair weather clouds you see off to the north of the I-70 corridor, closer to that boundary. A few scattered showers and storms. I could see maybe a little bit more moisture in the air, looking off in the distance with our Bluegrass Pace Care Sky VHC camera network. Hicks and Funson Camwood 87. That southwest wind picking up a bit, but notice dew point's still fairly low, mid 80s, upper 80s here in the Bluegrass, and then there are the dew points, low 60s, a little higher than yesterday, but still compared to what we've got down to the southwest. You notice western Tennessee, far western Kentucky, upper 60s and low 70s. That's the muggy air and the tropical-like feel, and you can see the difference here. It's 87 here in Lexington, and it feels like 87, but you get back here to the west, 89 in Paducah, feels like 96, 90 in Jackson, Tennessee, and feels like 100. And even though we've got the storm chances in play tomorrow, we could see some heat indices rolling in here tomorrow. But here in the short term, outdoor dining, a little bit muggy deeper in the evening, but really I think another pretty good one overall. Fair skies, temperatures in the 80s. With the moisture returning, more humidity tonight, and with the possibility of maybe an isolated storm, I really think the better chance will be sometime tomorrow. Again, the timing and location of these clusters of storms, that is still to be determined, always tricky in this type of pattern, but we could actually make a run into the upper 80s after starting out in the low 70s. And yeah, you add the humidity to it, and those heat indices could be mid to upper 90s tomorrow. So welcome back to summer. I'll tell you more about it in your 7-8 coming up.
In Boyle County, we're learning about a man's death at an industrial plant this morning. The Boyle County coroner says 75-year-old Edwin Hamilton was delivering industrial metal to Denyo Manufacturing in Danville around 10 this morning when a piece of metal fell on him while he was outside of his vehicle. crushing him. The Washington County man died. The cause of that incident remains under investigation. Hamilton's body has been taken to Frankfort for an autopsy. A Lexington man has been arrested in connection to a road rage incident last night. Police say officers responded to a crash around 8:30 in the 1000 block of Cross Keys Road. Police say a man became violent and had to be tased. The Fayette County Detention Center says Stephen Aubie was arrested and is now charged with driving under the influence, assault, resisting arrest, menacing, and harassment. Happening tonight in Lexington, a bench dedication in honor of a 10-year-old killed in a shooting last year. ABC 36's Anna Medina joins us with more on the importance of the event. Anna?
Landon Hayes was the victim of a murder-suicide in February of last year. The 10-year-old's death rocked the community. Now, it happened on Coral Street when Hayes was shot and killed. But tonight isn't about that tragedy. It's about remembering Hayes, a boy whose life was taken far too soon. The dedication will be happening at 7 tonight at Northeastern Park in Lexington. That's located at 140 Eastern Avenue. Councilmember Tanya Fogel talked to ABC 36 this afternoon about its importance.
We have waited for this day to come. Hopefully it's a beginning of trauma relief and healing for the city of Lexington, but especially for the 1st District.
Landon's Aunt Tracy Hughes says, quote, "He's affected so many people. People that knew him just loved him. He was the child that everybody knew. Everybody knew Landon, and they knew who his parents were. He's going to be terribly missed," end quote. Now, we'll continue to have more information from the bench dedication coming up tonight at 5. For now, Anna Medina, ABC 36 on your side.
Well, now to a yearly event that benefits Kentucky Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. And there was a kickoff event today in Lexington. And to help start it was 9-year-old Lucy Bruggeman. Lucy was a patient at Kentucky Children's Hospital after she became sick with a post-COVID-19 illness. Her parents tell ABC 36 how scary it was, but also how they were well taken care of at Kentucky Children's Hospital. They say they hope this event helps other families just like theirs. Plus, Lucy shares why she thinks people should go to Dairy Queen.
To help raise money for Kentucky Children's Hospital and to get good ice cream.
Lucy says she hopes to raise awareness for the upcoming Miracle Treat Day so that every child can receive the same treatment as her. So on July 26, $1 from every Blizzard sold at Dairy Queen will go directly to support Kentucky Children's Hospital. Well, still ahead, Kentucky's Hank the Horse is joining us outside this time as we take a look back at his grassroots efforts to promote literacy. We'll also tell you what's next. Plus, President Biden today reaffirming our commitment to Ukraine. We'll have more on his speech today following that 2-day NATO summit in Lithuania.
Well, a warm summer day here in central and eastern Kentucky. Another dry one, but we are going to increase those rain and storm chances along with the humidity as we wrap up the week and head into the upcoming weekend. We'll see a few breaks, though. I'll tell you about it in your 7-day forecast coming up.
Coming up on the next Lee and Haley show, our rotary phone is ringing off the hook with celebrities.
And could we recruit our siblings to do a Driving Me Crazy? I don't know. Tune in.
The summer months are in full swing, which has a lot of homeowners thinking about replacing their windows. Everybody, I'm with BJ Worgen, the owner of West Shore Home, to talk about how he's making sure you get the best possible value for your new windows. BJ.
That's right, Joe. West Shore Home, we're experts at bringing beauty and energy efficiency to homes all across the country with our high-quality American-made products. And right now, we're making getting that project started easier than ever with a limited time offer.
I can't wait to hear about this offer because summer vacations are in full swing. People are traveling, visiting family and friends. So for somebody who needs windows or doors right now, how can they get them without breaking the bank?
So we always hear great things about our flexible financing plans, with two of our most popular options being one, a low monthly payment plan, or a no interest, no payment plan. So what we decided to do is combine those two things together to give people exactly what they want. For a limited time, you can get your window and doors replaced, lock in that low monthly payment. On top of that, for anyone that calls right now, we'll waive the payments until 2024.
So people can hold on to their money, have their windows or doors installed right now, and not make a single payment until next year?
That's right.
Wow. All right, now, BJ, it's always helpful to see some of the projects you've been working on. What can you show us today?
Let's look here. This homeowner wanted to replace all the windows in their home because they were noticing their energy bills climbing every year. We came out and replaced everything for them in a single day. These new windows are incredibly energy efficient and are going to keep their home comfortable for years to come. And here's a door we did. Take a look at this transformation. As we were finishing this up, people stopped our installers to say how amazing the finished job looks.
Incredible, BJ, thanks. Folks, you heard it right here. Make your home comfortable year-round, and if you call in right now, you'll save big with this limited-time offer. For this week only, get your window or door project now. Lock in those easy low monthly payments and don't worry about making your first payment until 6 months after your project is complete. On top of that, he's taking $200 off every window and $600 off every door. This flash sale ends on Sunday. Call the window and door experts at West Shore Home now.
At Rally's, I'm in the driver's seat. Give me that $5 meal deal with a Rally burger or a bacon cheddar crisp, plus sides and a drink for just $5. Or go big cheese, the Cheddar Buford. Whatever you order, own it at Rally's. Get your late night flavor fix.
Well, more than 70 million people are actually under heat alerts all across parts of the U.S. today. Now, from the central U.S. to the southwest, temperatures are actually expected in the triple digits right now.
Yeah, Phoenix has experienced 12 consecutive days over 110 degrees, another 7, and that breaks the all-time record. People are being urged, of course, to stay inside, and those who have to work outdoors taking extra precautions.
Of course. Now, as one of America's hottest cities, Phoenix has opened hundreds of cooling centers and water stations. Meanwhile, in the south, Miami has seen 31 consecutive days where the high exceeded 100 degrees. That ties the all-time record set back in 2020. Miami also set a record for 10 consecutive days where the heat index exceeded 104 degrees. My goodness.
Yeah, and that big bubble of heat that's, from South Florida across the southern plains out into the desert southwest, that's actually a factor in the unsettled pattern that we're going to be dealing with.
Here.
Over the next few days here. And we may actually see some heat indices coming into play tomorrow. Today, it's a little warmer.
It's still nice.
But not bad. Our dew points are still low. We had a nice morning out there. A few little spots of fog here and there. Nice sunrise down in southern Kentucky. Johnny Nicholson. You can see a little bit of fog in some of the valley areas. Max HC radar and satellite quiet here in the bluegrass up north of I-70. We've got showers and storms out ahead of that boundary that is laying back to our northwest. Now, eventually it's going to draw a little closer, and that's one of the reasons we should up the chances a bit heading into the day tomorrow. Bluegrass Pace Carrier Skyview HD Camera Network out of the Kentucky Horse Park, 87. Southwest winds at about 10 miles per hour. It's going to be breezy heading into the day tomorrow as well. The good news is, even though our temperatures, as you see across the area, into the mid to upper 80s, our dew points, they crept back into the low 60s, but we've got enough of a spread. It's really not too bad. You see out to the west, Paducah, Nashville, out into western Tennessee, northeastern Arkansas, that's where you get that bit of a difference. Notice no appreciable heat indices at all here, but out to the west, that's going to be coming our direction. I think especially dependent upon the timing and the location of the expected storms tomorrow. So the area of high pressure moves out, the low pressure heads through the Great Lakes, and that boundary creeps a little bit closer. Now, our in-house data has been jumping around as far as timing and placement, as we have mentioned plenty of times and will. Notice tomorrow morning it will be warmer, and then as the day wears on, keep in mind, the longer that it stays dry, the better chance we're going to have an opportunity to run toward the 90-degree mark for afternoon highs. And with some of the humidity, this is what we could be talking about, mid, maybe even upper 90s for heat indices tomorrow. The other aspect of this, updated from the Storm Prediction Center, basically Lexington off to the east and northeast, just down the Mountain Parkway, Kentucky 15, out I-64. That's level 2, primarily a damaging wind and heavy rain threat along with some hail. The tornado threat pretty low in this scenario. So you see the look ahead here. That boundary never sweeps through. It's close enough to produce a few showers and storms tomorrow. Friday, as the warm front lifts back to the north, notice the lack of rain. So Friday may actually end up being okay as far as being just isolated storms, but it's going to be hot and humid with highs around 90. And then the next boundary draws a little closer, and I think we'll see a little more widespread activity on Saturday. Looking at the weekend as a whole, I think we're going to be a little better off on Sunday than Saturday. So mainly dry tonight as that high begins to give way. And I mentioned that bubble of heat across the southern plains, desert southwest. You got an upper low over Canada, and that puts us right in that area for storms to develop through the upper Midwest, Central Plains, Missouri River Valley, and then roll into our neck of the woods. We've been in the comfy range as far as the muggy meter, but you see where we're headed here. It is going to get on the pretty humid side, and that'll be the case much of the weekend, although you notice that slight dip on Sunday, so a little more optimistic. We've been talking about the last couple of days, Thursday and Saturday being our best windows. 71 tonight, can't rule out an isolated storm late, mainly dry though. 89 tomorrow, it'll be breezy, southwest winds 10 to 15, a few storms, a little less coverage on Friday. Again, really knocking the chances down on Sunday now. I think isolated at best. That'll carry over into Monday, upper 80s. Remember, our average high is 87, and then looks like another little wave cruising through here into the middle part of next week with additional showers and storms and highs in the mid-80s.
Well, up next, we'll hear from President Biden sharing a strong stance today about our commitment to Ukraine. And ahead at 3:30, a look at some Lexington seniors in Pennsylvania today, taking part in a competition not for the faint of heart.
Let's talk Kentucky.
Weekdays at 12:30.
Following ABC 36 News at noon.
We are ABC 36 on your side.
Big trucks can cause big wrecks.
I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs, the Hammer. I am Kentucky's big truck lawyer. For over 30 years, we fought the big insurance companies. When they throw something like this, we throw it back and demand something like this. Now that's more like it. Want to win your big truck case? Call the Hammer.
Big truck wreck? Call 877-ALL-7s or WeWin.com.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same.
So I got Spectrum One. Fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups, scheduled. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
This is your summer to smile, to raise your glass and reconnect, to reel in the fun and serve up great times. To help you get ready, your Aspen Dental team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic Summer of Smiles event. Right now, new patients without insurance get a free full exam and x-rays. Plus, everyone can get 20% off their treatment plan. But hurry, because while these summer savings won't last, the memories you make together will. Aspen Dental. Book today.
Meet a doctor who connects all the dots.
Oftentimes, people with low back pain, knee pain, or hip pain don't even recognize that it's actually coming from their feet.
Their feet? For real?
Absolutely, 100%. It can have a domino effect because their foot and their ankle aren't supported properly. Their whole body is out of whack.
Getting back into whack? Good Feet arch supports could help.
Keeping your body in good alignment, that can go a long way.
Come in for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good afternoon, Kentucky.
President Biden and G7 leaders meeting with Ukraine's president today at the NATO summit in Lithuania. The leaders unveiling a substantial show of support for Ukraine, offering a joint declaration of support aimed at bolstering the war-torn country's military capability. Now, there had been concerns that Ukrainian frustration at not being admitted to NATO would overshadow the summit. The security guarantees and assures that Ukraine's future lies in NATO appeared to calm those worries. Biden acknowledged the alliance did not invite Ukraine to membership during the summit as it works on necessary reforms. However, he specified, quote, "We're not waiting on that process to be finished to boost the country's security."
We will not waver. We will not waver. I mean that. Our commitment to Ukraine will not weaken. We will stand for liberty and freedom today, tomorrow, and for as long as it takes.
Biden has emphasized Ukraine is not ready to enter NATO, saying Russia's war in Ukraine needs to end before the alliance can consider granting membership. Well, after the break, we'll catch up with Hank the horse and his mom Tammy on their recent literacy and outreach efforts. We'll also tell you what's in the works at the farm. That's right after this.
The only way Papa John's makes a big, extra large New York style pizza like this is by hand stretching that Papa John's fresh, never frozen dough. Get the extra large New York style pizza from Papa John's.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay. If you received a letter from the IRS or have not filed your tax returns, don't try to fight the IRS alone.
We couldn't sleep. We owed too much.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is powerful. They can garnish your wages and take your property. Call Good Friend Group Tax Relief Experts. Our agents can help you resolve your tax debt, usually for much less than you owe.
We were being audited. I called and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Call Good Friend Group Tax Relief Experts.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed. They had my wage garnishment lifted fast.
Together, we can get the IRS off your back and reduce or eliminate your tax problem once and for all. Call Good Friend Group Tax Relief Experts. Your good friends for tax relief. 800-777-7777. 800-777-7777.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new AbEX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing AbEX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
AbEX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about AbEX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-507-8988 or go to sonobello.com.
The Viewers' Choice Awards results are in. Lexington Christian Academy wins Best Private School. Go to WTVQ.com for a full list of winners. And thank you for voting for Lexington Christian Academy in ABC 36 Viewers' Choice Awards. You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, you know what? If you live in Kentucky, you've likely heard of Hank the horse. His literacy efforts, of course, have been recognized nationwide, but that grassroots effort that's taken him and his mom, Tammy, here on the road, all of these years is now leading back to his home, to his farm at Bravehearts Equine Center. I want to welcome in today Tammy and Hank. I want to start off with a nonprofit, Tammy, for Hank's sake. For anyone not familiar with your guys' mission and what you guys have been working so hard to do all these years.
Thank you. Yes, we've been in the community now for 5 years. Hank has been a community service horse for 5 years. As you know, bell ringer for the Salvation Army. We're in schools and libraries. He has 24 library cards. He's been to 5 different states now. And all of this has really led us to create some programs that we're going to be hosting on the farm at Bravehearts Equine Center.
Now, you guys have really come so far through all of these programs and events over the years, and what's really been that grassroots effort. Looking back, what has all of that been like for you personally?
Sometimes it was a massive whirlwind, and other times we just slowed down, took it easy, and enjoyed all of the people that we met. Tens and tens of thousands of people. 12,000 of those were kids that we met in schools and libraries. So when you think about the enormity of people that we have met over the years, it's astounding, really.
Absolutely. I want to talk about a recent event that you guys went to. This was at Thompson Hood Veterans Center to honor the local veterans. Tell us about that event.
Oh, it was incredible. Many moments of tears to be there, to stand with other veterans that were honoring the residents of Thompson Hood. And we met a resident there that was 103 years old, and Hank fell absolutely in love with him, and the gentleman in love with Hank. And that
checking out the camera
today. He loves it. He knows. You know he's a camera hog. So get back, Hank. Yeah, so that was an incredible, moving experience, and one of our many ventures that we're going to have with veterans moving forward.
Absolutely. So to accommodate all of these events, you've actually got a massive expansion that's coming up on the farm. Tell us about some of those plans for the renovations.
The biggest excitement is the exhibition center that we're building. It's going to contain probably 50 to 60 stalls, an indoor arena. It's going to be virtually weatherproof, so we can host programs year-round. So we can have our veterans program there, our literacy events, kids events, reading programs on the farm. It's pretty exciting.
And tell us more about the farm, because they've really been just the staple and the background of so many things that are happening with you guys.
Yes, definitely. David and Ruth Warnker are the owners of Bravehearts Equine Center. It's a passion project for them, and their love of animals is unparalleled. Hank is really having fun today, isn't he?
He's been farm Hank today.
Yes, he was so good here 10 minutes ago. Anyways, we have about 122 horses on the farm now. It's like, look at me, I can march.
He's showing off.
Yes,
oh my gosh, look at that.
Show off, Hank. We're talking about your friends on the farm. Yes, you have so many. Between Belgian draft horses, miniature horses, donkeys. We have a recent new baby on the farm. We have all breeds, and we're really looking forward to exposing those horses to our programs too. So as many people as Hank has touched over the years, one horse, imagine the power and the impact that we have with 122 horses.
And there's some big horses on the farm too.
Oh yes, we have Clydesdales, we have draft horses, we have probably about 50 draft horses, we have 3 Clydesdales, so they're big. You think Hank is big. Maybe Hank will teach him all the tricks.
Oh my gosh, I love this. You know, this is why so many people have come to love Hank over the years, because of his just fun-loving, goofy personality. But this is him being himself, isn't it?
It is. He's, you know, as we've said over the years, I mean, Hank is clever, playful, mischievous, fun, and that's how I trained him. You know, he had all of these antics in him. So trick training was the first thing that we learned, and it was really good for him. And yes, he loves to show off and help people and make people smile and laugh. He does me all day long, every day.
I love it. He loves the camera. You can tell as soon as he sees it. You saw him get off that pedestal and run over here. He was like, there's the camera. That's where I need to be. All right, Tammy, if folks want to stay up to date with events with the farm, is there a good website for folks to check out?
Yeah, right now we're spearheading everyone through Bravehearts Equine Center. Hank's page is also housed on the Bravehearts Equine Center page, but on that page we'll be listing our events, future programs, renovation plans. People can schedule a farm tour through Bravehearts Equine Center. You can look at all the horses that are available for adoption and horses in training, and get a glimpse of all the horses that are there right now.
I love it. Thanks as always for catching up with us. And outside today, he made history last time when he was in the studio.
Yes, he did. I talk about it all the time still. 5 minutes and 18 seconds we stood in front of the teleprompter, and he was just perfect.
He did good. He was just standing still. Today, he's like, I'm outside in my element, so I'm going to do a lap.
Oh, yeah.
Tammy, as always, thank you so much for joining us. Hank, you too.
Hank, can you give us a big smile before we go?
Give us a smile.
Good job.
Good boy.
Thank you, Hank.
Stick around. We've got to look at your headlines right after this.
Bye-bye.
Good boy.
Join us
a night celebrating the year's greatest athletes with a performance by Grammy and Oscar-winning artist, Her. The ESPYs live Wednesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC.
Hi, this is Joseph with Rapid Fire Home Buyers. Do you have a house that's costing you too much time and money? Maybe a rental house, an inherited house you don't know what to do with, or the house you're living in that you just can't keep up with. We buy property in any condition and any price range all over the Southeast. Sell your house as is for cash with no repairs, no fees, and no commissions. If you're even thinking of selling your house, before you call a realtor, give us a call for a free cash offer. Call 859-695-3875.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery, free over-the-counter healthcare items, free groceries with a healthy food card, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Plus, extra benefits like more access to care with free transportation and WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-877-281-9602. Now, that's 1-877-281-9602. WellCare, Medicare done well.
It's time for our lowest prices of the season on the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because every Green Thumb, 5K, and all-day dance party starts the night before. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable all night and to help you get almost 30 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. Don't miss our 4th of July special. The Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 smart bed is only $8.99, plus 0% interest for 36 months. And free home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday.
Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shock. ABC 36 on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us back here in studio. Well, some inspirational ladies from Lexington are in Pittsburgh this week competing in a national senior competition. Now, they've been training for nearly a year, and this week, all of that hard work pays off. ABC 36's Justin Walker joins us with all the details in our top story this half hour. Justin?
Yeah, Erica, what an inspirational group this is behind me. Caroline Holmes, Joe Gothrup, Jeanette Kofel, and Beverly Coleman are all between the ages of 65 and 89 years old. They're all pictured right here behind me, and we spoke with them today as they're competing in this year's National Senior Games. They're running 5Ks, 1,500-meter races, and several more. In fact, 89-year-old Caroline Holmes won a bronze this week in her race. The women also have the chance to represent Kentucky during the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball game this Friday. They're not only representing Kentucky, though, but also their local fitness facility, Stronger Life, which supports the 55 and older age group. It offers group classes and individual training, all with the goal of helping that age group accomplish things they never thought possible.
It's just, it's a wonderful feeling. And you see ages, 55 and up. And so, here we are, a spread of 89 now, 89 to 68, and we're all friends. And who would have thought that a year ago when we first started? Never would have thought that. But here we are. It's a wonderful feeling.
Now, coming up at 5, hear what it means to their coaches and how they hope to inspire people back home in Kentucky through all of this. For now, Justin Walker, ABC 36 on your side.
What a sweet story. And now for our senior forecast.
See? Don't even do that.
Here
going on and on during that story.
I'm not even going to acknowledge that. Let's just move along, talk about
nice
this nice weather. Yeah. Everybody's a comedian in here, right? Well, we can laugh and smile and all that good stuff because we got some nice weather out there. Sure, it's warm, but at least the humidity levels have been relatively low. Our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview HD Camera Network over in Mount Sterling, 84. Bit of a southwest wind, 10 to 15, and it'll be a little breezy the next couple of days, and that's going to up the humidity and also pull that moisture up from the Gulf of Mexico. 86 Richmond, 87 here in Lexington, 86 in Moorhead, and you see the mid pressing upper 80s down south. Our dew points higher than what we had yesterday, low 60s, but still that's pretty good considering where our actual temperatures are. Out to the west, low to mid 70s, far western Kentucky, West Tennessee. That is the tropical air, the very muggy air that makes it feel awfully uncomfortable. And you see basically no heat index at all to speak of. Central to eastern Kentucky, not the case. Paducah 89 feels like 96. Look at Jackson, Tennessee, and far western Tennessee 90, and it feels like 100. So we'll get back toward that at least a little bit. Your hour-by-hour planner, I think another decent evening. Again, temperatures warmer, but we're not going to have the higher humidity, and with a bit of a breeze, if you're in the shade, it is still going to be fairly comfortable. Those humidity levels come up overnight, and our storm chances increase the next couple of days. Keep in mind, if we see the scattered nature of those areas that don't see any rain, we could make a run toward 90 with heat indices probably mid to upper 90s. So feeling every bit mid-July coming up the next few days. I'll tell you about it in your 7-day.
We turn now to the latest on the severe weather impacting millions across the country. More flooding in the Northeast Tuesday, including in Vermont, where water rescues were needed after the torrential rains. Today, residents are assessing the damage. Meantime, 80 million people from Florida to California continue to be under heat alerts. Rena Roy has more.
Search and rescue efforts still underway in Vermont. Water crews rushing to save lives after catastrophic flooding from torrential rain. Some residents trapped, more than 100 people rescued, roadways wiped out, homes destroyed.
We can't get to our house. The road's totally gone.
Officials in the capital city saying it's still too dangerous to get some people out.
The devastation and flooding we're experiencing across Vermont is historic and catastrophic.
Kevin and Mary O'Donnell evacuated their home, checking into a hotel, only for the floodwaters to rise there.
Swiftwater Rescue were going up and down asking people if they needed to leave. They came back and said, "You want to leave now? We'll come get you." So we decided to get out of there.
The waters have begun receding. Meanwhile, extreme heat scorching millions of Americans. Phoenix now in its 12th straight day of temperatures at or above 110 degrees.
It sneaks up on you, so trying to be prepared and stay hydrated before it gets to that point.
The intense temperatures also hitting the south from Texas to Florida.
It's hot, man. It's quite hot.
Meanwhile, back here in the Northeast, even more rain is expected Thursday, which will likely impact some of the same areas that have already been hit hard. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, now to a death investigation in Lexington. The Fayette County Coroner's Office says a woman was found dead in her apartment this morning on St. Michael Drive. Her cause of death is pending an autopsy, but the coroner says she had injuries which were inflicted by someone else. Police say they are investigating this as a homicide. That woman has now been identified as 68-year-old Beverly Keysucker. No information about a possible suspect at this time. We'll, of course, keep you updated on any new details. In your health, a reminder, those who give blood today will receive an extra incentive. Besides helping to save lives, all donors who give blood at a KBC center today will receive a $20 Amazon gift card. It's in conjunction with Amazon Prime Days, which wraps up today. The center says donors are still needed to help replenish the blood supply when donations tend to slow down during the summer months. You're encouraged to schedule an appointment at one of the 8 KBC locations. You can do that online at kybloodcenter.org. Centers are open until 6 tonight. Walk-ins will be accepted as space permits. Well, after the break, what we're learning about a congressional probe into tax prep companies sharing private taxpayer data with tech giants like Google and Meta. The latest on the investigation next.
Well, as expected, a warm afternoon here in central and eastern Kentucky, mid to upper 80s. Humidity levels still fairly low, but that is going to change as we roll into the late week, and that's going to up our storm chances as well. Your storm team forecast is coming up.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Kentucky, we're talking kids with Dr. Caitlin. This week's health topic, an illness that affects infants. Catch us live weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. right here on ABC 36 on your side. See you in the morning.
Not again. You don't mess with underground power lines.
Should have contacted 811. They'll mark those utility lines free.
Yeah, but this guy ain't real bright.
Neither is the neighborhood.
Know what's below 811 before you dig.
Over the years, people have asked me, how did your firm get so big? The answer is simple. We won a lot. In this business, you grow by winning. As America's largest injury law firm, we have more lawyers than any other injury firm. Morgan & Morgan.
Online shopping can be a hassle, so stop by Corvin's Furniture and Flooring. Our showroom is full of great options for your dining room, living room, bedroom, and more. Like what you see on the floor, you can take it home with you today. We also offer a wide variety of in-stock flooring options, including waterproof vinyl plank, hardwood tile, and carpet. For over 50 years, our family has brought the best brands, prices, and furniture and flooring finds to Kentucky. So come on down to Corvin's Furniture and Flooring in Lexington.
If you don't have final expense life insurance, this message is for you. LifeCare provides valuable information about whole life insurance to help cover final expenses, medical bills, burial costs, and other final expenses. A final expense life insurance policy is fast and available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exam, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral costing $9,420 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses. Your premium will never increase. Your policy will have a cash value and a death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense life insurance with a lifetime lock,
Call LifeCare at 800-219-8181. That's 800-219-8181.
What a tool. He could hit a gas line.
Wait, he's contacting 811.
They'll mark the underground utilities free.
Turns out he is smarter than he looks.
Know what's below 811 before you dig.
Next ET, only we're getting a tour of Barbie's real-life dream house.
Come on.
Inside the new show with HGTV stars recreating the iconic home.
Ken!
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
Checking back in with TG. I'm like sweating still from running around.
I wonder why, you know?
It is warm out there, but it's probably not as warm as I think it is just because I've been running.
It's really not because obviously the
humidity.
Swift movement, in the beating sun. But again, the humidity levels have been down. Now, of course, that's going to change as we get deeper in the evening and heading into the day tomorrow. And that's going to mean a few scattered showers and storms from time to time. It's going to be an interesting forecast. Yeah, humid and unsettled the next few days. And we mentioned this type of pattern that we catch here in the middle of summer, timing and location of these clusters and or thunderstorm complexes that develop, very uncertain. And that's the case once again. Areas that stay dry, you're going to end up with highs around 90 and heat indices higher than that. And yeah, a few strong storms, those are on the table, I think, especially tomorrow afternoon, Lexington north and off to the east. You see some activity closer to that boundary. Temperature-wise, it is warming up as expected, mid-80s pretty much across the board, pressing the upper 80s here in central Kentucky, 87 here in Lexington. Our dew points out in eastern Kentucky, still upper 50s, more low 60s here in central Kentucky. Decent spread, so it's not feeling overly muggy, but you get out here to the west, and that's where we're really starting to crank the humid air up. Notice 87 Lexington feels like 87. 87 in Louisville feels like 88. You get to Paducah Jackson, Tennessee, and Jonesboro, Arkansas, and that's when you get that spread and those heat indices well into the 90s. A wave of energy riding along this frontal boundary as high pressure gives way, and that's opening the door for that return flow to pick up. Now, our in-house data, of course, jumping all over the place relative to these storm chances. You see here in our futurecast, it'll be a little muggy tomorrow morning and warm. We're only going to start out in the low 70s. A lot of the activity off to the north. And then again, our in-house data just kind of wants to keep things off to our north. I think it may lay a boundary down, and that would be the focal point of additional showers and storms. But look at temperatures into the upper 80s to around 90. And if it stays dry and you throw the humidity in there, sure, mid-90s entirely possible. The other part of this is the severe weather outlook, level 1 and 2, in yellow, level 2. That's Lexington up I-75, out 64, and down the Mountain Parkway, primarily for damaging winds, heavy rain, and some hail. And what's driving that is that frontal boundary. It gets awfully close, and then it kind of pivots in response to an area of low pressure across the Central Plains. So that's why I think on Friday we may actually back our chances down 90-ish with just a few storms, and then the next boundary approaches on Saturday, and so that's why we back temperatures off, but we increase the chances. We've been saying the last couple of days that really it was Thursday and Saturday being the best chances here. So high pressure, which has kept us dry this week, giving way. Big bubble of heat across the desert Southwest, Southern Plains, upper low over the southern part of Canada. So we're right in that active zone. Central Plains, Missouri River Valley, and down here into the heart of the Ohio Valley with that northwest flow that keeps the unsettled weather around. And notice on our muggy meter, we go from comfy into the very humid air. Yeah, it dips a little bit on Friday and then again on Saturday. So a little more optimistic about those days being primarily dry, albeit a little bit on the warm to hot side. Warm, muggy tonight, 71, an isolated storm, mainly dry, breezy, and humid tomorrow. Those southwest winds at about 10 to 15, 89, and 90-ish on Friday. Not as much of a chance. And then actually Sunday, Monday may end up being decent. And then we'll see another boundary in here with highs in the mid-80s, middle part of next week.
On consumer news, a congressional investigation has found some of the largest tax prep companies spent years sharing Americans' financial data with tech giants. The report details how TaxSlayer, H&R Block, and TaxAct allegedly gave out sensitive information to Meta and Google without consent or appropriate disclosures. That's a potential violation of federal law. According to the report, the companies allegedly shared details about filing status, adjusted gross income, and the size of tax refunds. That information was sometimes misused for targeted advertising. The tax prep companies told lawmakers the data had been scrambled to help protect privacy, but the report also said the companies were not fully aware of how much information was being exposed to the tech platforms. In a statement, H&R Block said it takes client privacy very seriously. No comment yet from TaxAct or TaxSlayer. The lawmakers recommended the Treasury and Justice Departments investigate the matter. Well, after the break, a sea otter not pleased with some local surfers invading her space takes some matters into her own hands, or maybe we should say paws. That's next in today's Take a Look at This.
Made from scratch biscuits rising, hand-breaded chicken frying, 100% Angus beef burgers charbroiling. Just a few of the ways Hardee's handcrafts goodness in the making.
Everybody is scared to death of the dentist and hates him. I've never heard one person that says they like going to the dentist, but he actually makes it feel like it's a friendly, comfortable situation.
Michael came to us like a lot of patients, scared of the dentist. He hadn't been to the dentist in years. He had missing teeth, wasn't in a great spot. Those are the kind of cases that we specialize in. We're here to help patients out that feel like they have nowhere else to turn.
He just does a great job. So anybody out there that's absolutely petrified of going to the dentist, he will make you feel 100% at ease. The biggest change in my life is I'm not afraid to smile or embarrassed of smiling. People have actually told me, man, your smile looks better, you look a lot healthier, filled in your mouth. I absolutely love my new smile. And now that I can eat anything I want, it is absolutely fantastic. I'm so proud of my teeth that I just wanted other people to know this process, it will change your life. It's going to change how you feel, how you think, how you feel other people think of you. It changed me enough to where I didn't want to smile in public, and now I'm doing a commercial in Kentucky.
Sneezing, coughing, runny nose, watery eyes. Are these the house guests that just won't leave? It could be your air ducts. Over time, dirt, dust, and other debris can turn them into a breeding ground for allergens. Trust Coit to eliminate what's ailing your air ducts. Coit's technicians are specially trained and certified with the best guarantee in the business. Clean as new. That's the Coit commitment to you. Schedule your Coit cleaning today and get 30% off. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT.
The Viewers' Choice Awards results are in. The law office of Jeremy A. Bartley wins Best Criminal Law Firm in the ABC 36 Viewers' Choice Awards. Go to WTVQ.com for a full list of winners. And thanks for voting for the law office of Jeremy A. Bartley.
Hi, this is Joseph with Rapid Fire Home Buyers. Do you have a house that's costing you too much time and money? Maybe a rental house, an inherited house you don't know what to do with, or the house you're living in that you just can't keep up with. We buy property in any condition and any price range all over the Southeast. Sell your house as is for cash with no repairs, no fees, and no commissions. If you're even thinking of selling your house, before you call a realtor, give us a call for a free cash offer. Call 859-695-3875.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfasts bake goodness into your morning. Choose a biscuit with sausage and egg, biscuit and gravy, or French toast tips. Any two, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Coming up on the next Lee and Haley show, our rotary phone is ringing off the hook with celebrities.
And could we recruit our siblings to do a Driving Me Crazy? I don't know. Tune in.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good afternoon, Kentucky.
Well, happy birthday, James Webb, or at least the James Webb Telescope, the innovative space telescope celebrating 1 year capturing the mysteries of the universe.
Yeah, and it's not just orcas pushing back on humans in the ocean. One old woman of the sea takes matters into her forepaws. Patrick Cornell has today's. Take a look at this.
In just one short year, NASA's James Webb Telescope has provided us with many never-before-seen out-of-this-world images from space. Now, on its first anniversary, the great photographer in the sky brings us an image of a star nursery, the nearest star-forming region to us. According to NASA, the Ro-Ophiuchi Cloud Complex shows approximately 50 young stars the size of the sun or smaller. This image allows us to see the beginning of another star's story. Back here on planet Earth, what started out as the setup to your average press conference soon left the organizers showered in embarrassment. As members of the media gathered for an announcement about renovations to a local swimming pool, an in-ground fountain they were told to sit on turned on, shooting water in every direction, sending people running. Well, that's one good way to get rid of the pesky press. Speaking of getting rid of someone, this sea otter was not too pleased with some local surfers invading her space. Watch as this 5-year-old female bites the surfboard before hopping on top, seemingly shooing the surfer away. U.S. Fish and Wildlife says the same otter showed this unusual behavior last year. In a statement, they said in part due to the increasing public safety risk, they are trying to capture and rehome her. That seems a bit extreme to me. I mean, look at her. She's basically your elderly neighbor yelling at kids to stay off my lawn! Sorry, that is the best angry old lady voice I got. For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
I think he did really well.
Yeah, I think that's a very fitting last talker, right?
It really is. Hey, in all seriousness, though, before we go, I wanted to take a moment to say this is actually my last day here and my last Good Afternoon Kentucky with all of you today. We've had such great memories that I wanted to share sort of this recap with our viewers. I've been with ABC 36 for more than 4.5 years now. Came here as a morning anchor, added the noon show, then moved to evenings.
Got me to try more food than you can shake a stick at, and something in front of us here as well.
There was so much eating on this show. Of course, we started Good Afternoon Kentucky just last year. Always chowing down. That was like the highlight of this show.
I wasn't even there. I heard all about it.
A lot of people might not know some of the other hats that I wear. So I'm also assistant news director, executive producer for the early evening shows. It has been just such a joy to work here. And I hate goodbyes. I don't like to say goodbye. I always say see you later. I'm calling this a news sabbatical, if you will. But I just wanted to thank all of you guys so much, to all of our viewers who have been tuning in over the years.
Yeah, that's when I had
our guests.
That's when I had the pooper scooper duty with the goat.
Absolutely, and Ethan came in thanks to Cupie who was here. But all of you guys, really a big thank you for the news tips, just for helping us out here with the show, because we've had a heck of a time, from lizards to goats to Hank the horse, who was here today, but he was in studio.
Yeah, we weren't going to try that today.
Not today. It was nice out, but it's just been a real joy to work with you all.
As they generally say on a game show, I don't know what you've won, but I think we've got some lovely parting gifts for you in some capacity. So we're bringing out
gosh, nice.
I've got Santa's helpers here. So a nice plant for your backyard.
Thank you so much.
My go-to here, of course.
Oh my gosh, that is so lovely and sweet. Thank you both. These are beautiful.
As I've told you, I'm mad at you for leaving, but at the same time, we really have had a ton of fun with this. So now, beyond the lovely gifts that you've gotten here, we've got a little bit to try here.
We've got a cobbler. This is from Sydney. She made this. I don't know if I should hold the knife or let TJ have it. I'm a little nervous.
I said during the break, I'm like, you think you're going? That's what you think.
Okay, are you okay to cut that?
I don't know.
I'll stand back. You go ahead.
Really? I might mess it up.
I also have something that I was not going to open until on air, so I wanted to do this live on air today. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful, and this is from Fish's Designs. They make these one-of-a-kind creations, which I had no idea this is what it looked like, but a big thank you. Fishdesigns.com. I so appreciate that. Gosh, that's
neat.
Oh my gosh,
that's very
beautiful.
good. All right.
And WTVQ.
Dig in here. See, we don't hire people around here just for their reporting prowess. We hire them for their baking ability as well.
This looks so good. Can we pull up some of the video? I really want to share a lot of this video with you guys, because it's a look back through history. Obviously, the past 4.5 years, we've had excursions. Cody was one of my former co-anchors. We had some fun with Dylan back when I was doing mornings. I mean, truly, it has been a joy to work with everybody. Alyssa Andrews was here in the morning as well, just over the years.
And then
They've just been great
and then you
people.
got stuck with me at the end.
And then Tej is how we wrap things up. But seriously, it's been just a true joy and pleasure to work here.
That's like super good.
This looks very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Sydney was the baker of this, right? Yes? I'm impressed.
Sydney, this is really good.
I don't even like peach cobbler, so. Well,
she said she's never made this in her life before.
I was going to say, if the reporting gig doesn't work out for you, well, you've got to.
She's a true baker.
You've got a hand.
This is delicious.
Into it.
Yeah.
Well,
do you have a favorite memory of Good Afternoon Kentucky? I wanted to ask you this.
Well, it's hard because we've had so much fun. And all kidding aside, I mean, you know, I've been dreading this day when you told me earlier in the month, because, you know, we started this show together and we tried to, you know, add a little personality, add a little fun, bring something to Central Kentucky that we really didn't have, and I think we've done that, and the majority of the credit goes to you bringing fun guests and finding fun talkers, and I've just kind of been along for the ride. So in addition to this, obviously doing the news later in the afternoon, I mean, we've become dear friends, obviously on the air, off the air. It's going to be very difficult with you not being around, but at least you'll kind of be around. So
I'll be around.
I will track you down. We have to end on a positive, happy, and fun note.
Truly.
No tears are not allowed.
There have been so many tears of joy on this show with you.
Yeah, mainly you laughing at me for ridiculous things that you've had me try, but yeah. Lots of nice gifts for you.
Thanks for playing along, too.
Oh, of course.
It's always such a good sport.
Well, between Suzanne and you, I've tried more new food than I have in probably the last 10 years. Anyway, forecast, we got a few storms here and there, but you know the drill. We'll tell you more about that at 5. Again, good luck. We'll miss you.
Thank you.
We'll see you around.
Thank you. We'll see you at 5.